Week number 12, number 1, it says that Q is equidistant from the sides of angle TSR. Find the value of X. The diagram is not to scale. That is what these marks mean, that Q is equidistant from the sides of the triangle. If it is equidistant, that means that Q lies on the angle bisector. If Q lies on the angle bisector, then angle TSQ is equal to angle QSR. So to solve, we would say 2x plus 24 would equal 30. These two angles are equal to each other. And from here we simply solve. So we have 2x, I'm sorry, back up. I guess I need to show. We got to subtract 24, both sides. 2x equals 6, dividing x is equal to 3. So that's all it asked us to do is solve for x. So now let's look at number 2. Number 2 says that DF bisects angle EDG. So we have the marks of bisector here. So that is the reverse of question 1. If it's on the angle bisector, then these two sides are equidistant. So therefore they are equal. So we're going to say 8x plus 42. 8x plus 42 would equal 15x. This, knowing that this angle is 30 degrees right here, has no bearing on how to solve for this particular problem. So we solve for x. I'm going to subtract 8x. So 42 is equal to 7x. Division. So we have x is equal to 6. Next, let's look at number 3. Number 3 just simply says that angle NPM is congruent to what? Well, here is angle NPM. So notice, well, we can't now since I covered it up. That's the angle we're looking at, which is what? This angle and this angle. That's the angle. Notice that it has 2 arcs. So which angle here has 2 arcs? There's the vertex. But notice we went from 1 marking, 2 to 3. So that's the way we have to name it. 1, 2 to 3. So angle NPM would be congruent to angle BCA, following the markings. So we would have, let's go with green this time. If it'll work. No, it won't work. We're looking at this angle here. There to there, and you won't be able to see that. Sorry. Number 4 and number 5, they're here together. Number 4 says given triangle QRS is congruent to TU. Well, I can't see that. So here's what it's supposed to be, that QRS is congruent to TUV. So TUV. So I don't have a marking or drawing if I need to, QRS. And it said TUV. If I need a triangle, let's do that. It tells me that QS, which is this segment, is 4V plus 1, and TV, which is this segment, is 7V minus 5. Find the length of QS and TV. Well, if I'm looking at the triangle congruence of QRS and TUV, notice that QS and TV are corresponding. So that means that QS is equal to TV, or that 4V plus 1 is equal to 7V minus 5. Doesn't ask me to solve for the variable, it just asks me to solve for the two links. But in order to solve for either link, I must know the variable. So I'm going to subtract 4 both sides. So I have 1 is equal to 3v minus 5. Add 5. So we have what? 6 equals 3v. V equals 2. In order to find QS and TV, I have to plug it back in. So 4 times 2 plus 1. 8 plus 1 gives me 9. Just for kicks, I'm going to plug it into 7v minus 5. And check. So 7 times 2 minus 5, guess what? It also equals 9. So QS and TV equals 9. QS, TV equals 9. Let's go ahead and do number 5. We have triangle, ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. We are told that angle B is given, angle Q is given. Notice that in the congruent statement we see that B and Q are the same. So if angle B or the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle Q, we can set their values equal to each other and solve. I'm going to subtract 3v. Gives me 5 equals 3v minus 4. If I add 4, 9 equals 3v. Therefore, v equals 3. It's not what it's asking, though. It's asking for the value of angle B and angle Q. Well, if they're same, I'm going to plug it into 1. Here we have angle B is 3v plus 5. Well, we found v to be 3. So we have 9 plus 5 is 14. If we want to check just to make sure, 6 times 3, because Q, is 6v minus 4. So 6 times 3 minus 4 gives us 18 minus 4, which is also 14. So we are equal, so that checks out. I know we've done it right. Number 6. Name the angle included by the sides of MP and PN. Now, of course, we can look at this. Let's change color. Let's try this one. If it'll change. All right, maybe so. MP, we're looking here, and PN. Now, we've talked about we can look at the letters and understand, hey, when we're talking about the letters, whichever letter is in common lets me know angle P. But if we draw it, we see that angle P is in the middle, so the angle P is included here in this particular problem. And that is your startup for week number 12.